The last voice heard on the radio was a voice trembling with fear. We don't know where we are. Everything seems wrong. Even the ocean, it doesn't look familiar anymore. And then, just static. 14 men, 5 warplanes. In an instant, they vanished into thin air, as if they had never existed at all. Today, 80 years later, not even a single screw from them has ever been found. This is the only place on Earth's map where the compass lies. The radar suddenly goes blind, and ships sink without a single wave. Over the last century, more than 1,000 people have vanished here, hundreds of ships and dozens of planes. Some call it a black hole of the ocean. Others call it a gateway to another world. But the truth? It lies hidden in a strange mixture of science, history, and human fear. Today, we are going to unveil that mystery. The story begins over 500 years ago, in 1492. As Christopher Columbus's ship passed through this region, he recorded something strange in his logbook. The compass needle was acting erratically, constantly shifting direction. One night, his crew even witnessed a fireball crashing into the sea in the distance. At the time, no one paid much attention to it, but 4 centuries later, this very same area would become the most terrifying place on Earth. A zone where, once you enter, there is no guarantee of return. Miami, Bermuda, Puerto Rico. Connecting these 3 points lies an area of nearly 500,000 square miles, which would later be known as the Bermuda Triangle. December the 5th, 1945, 2:10 p.m. 5 U.S. Navy bomber planes and 14 experienced pilots took off for a routine training mission. The sky was clear, the weather was normal. There was no reason for fear. 2 hours later, panic was heard for the first time in Commander Charles Taylor's voice. Both of my compasses are out. Slowly, the entire squadron lost its way. Confused messages filled the radio, ending with that famous line, "Everything looks strange, even the ocean." Then, silence. Another plane, a Martin Mariner, was sent for the rescue mission with 13 crew members. It too vanished into thin air. A total of 6 planes, 27 men. Not a single screw, not a trace of oil, not a single life jacket. Nothing was ever found. 1918. The First World War had not yet ended. USS Cyclops, one of the US Navy's largest ships, began its journey from Barbados with 309 people on board. There was no war. There were no reports of storms. Not a single SOS signal was ever received. The ship simply vanished. Even today, a century later, this remains the largest loss of life in US naval history not involving combat. And to this day, no one has an explanation for it. There is a story from 1881 that still circulates among sailors. A British ship the Ellen Austin discovered a ship adrift at sea, completely empty. There were no crew members, no signs of a struggle, just a ghostly silence. The captain sent a group of his men to sail the ship to port. The two vessels began moving alongside each other. The next morning, a storm arose, and when the skies cleared, the ship and its new crew were both gone. Historians are still divided on the truth of this story, but this single tale has given the Bermuda Triangle its most haunting reputation. For years, scientists have chased this mystery, and what they have found is no less fascinating than ghosts or aliens. Suspect number 1. Methane hydrates. Massive pockets of gas frozen beneath the ocean floor. If these pockets were to burst, the density of the water would drop so significantly that a ship could sink instantly without a fight. Number 2. Rogue waves. Monstrous waves reaching up to 100 feet in height, forming without any warning. One moment the sea is calm, the next a ship completely vanishes. Number 3. Compass variation. There are only 2 places on Earth where the compass needle points to magnetic north instead of true north, and the Bermuda Triangle is one of them. This may have been what cost many pilots and captains their sense of direction. And the biggest truth? This region hosts some of the busiest sea and air routes in the world. The more ships that pass through, the more accidents occur. That is the simple math. Then, if there are explanations for everything, why does the world's largest insurance company, Lloyd's of London, not categorize this area as being any different from any other part of the ocean, even though ordinary people still fear it? The answer lies in a place where very few people ever bother to look. The US Coast Guard and NOAA, the organizations that maintain the most data on this ocean, have never officially recognized the Bermuda Triangle as an unusually dangerous area. According to their records, the number of accidents here is equal to any other busy waterway in the world. So, where was the mystery born? In 1964, a writer first coined the name Bermuda Triangle in a magazine article. After that, a series of books, movies, and stories blurred the lines between fact and fiction. The real mystery does not lie beneath the sea. The real mystery is how a few unsolved incidents, blended with human imagination, can give birth to the most famous name for fear on Earth. Yet, as long as the ocean keeps its final secrets untold, the Bermuda Triangle will remain an immortal symbol of human curiosity. So, you tell me, is it science, or do some questions still remain? Write in the comments whether you would have the courage to pass through the Bermuda Triangle. On this channel, we bring you such unsolved mysteries of the world every week, so make sure to press the subscribe button. And if you liked the video, let us know by hitting like. In the next episode, we will travel to another such place, where some claim that time itself had come to a standstill. Don't miss it.